Michigan Snow Forecast Gold Standard Road to 10,000 followers starts with you, people like Cross, Mackenzie, Mitchell, Jason, Charles, Jay, Melissa, Weston, Dave, Matthew, Kate, Tricka, Brian, Ron, Ian, Jordan, Jake, Olivia, Matt, No, and the rest of you on here. I thank you and congratulations. To each and every one of you, 1,788 followers are a critical part of our road to 10,000 followers and the best free, easy to follow and understand winter weather forecasting on Facebook for the great state of Michigan for all my snow plowers, skiers, snowmobilers, and ice fishermen. The weather is critical, and this is your top forecasting for free with all the information. We not only dive into the actual storms, we get into the overall actual pattern, simple forecast, not every hour model jumping confusion that a lot of these heisters and shysters that charge here on Facebook like to charge. Old Vincenzo keeps it free and simple and easy to understand as we get into the upper air patterns, the surface pressure patterns, and the oceanic atmospheric patterns that drive the overall weather pattern upstream from what's going on downstream. And as you can see, we got into these forecasts that the pattern was going to flip about 10 days ago, and then we started giving you the watches, showing you where the surface lows were that we were tracking, beautiful satellite imagery as the storm progressed, National Weather Service information, giving you some model insight as we got closer to the event, showing you the developing low pressure down in Texas, step-by-step, easy-to-follow predictions, and then our first forecast, or one of our first forecasts, or in our only forecast that we put up, right? And then we give you the satellite as it's moving in, right? And then we show you road conditions, some more satellite, some more maps, right? And then we give you the early part of the storm. We give you live storm team coverage from all over Macomb County that day, from Roseville to Sterling Heights, to Romeo, Michigan, and all parts in between. Gave you the mesoscale discussion, and that's one of the reasons with all this information, it's the best buck and the best value online and on Facebook for weather, and the most accurate, I must add, as it is free, so it's got to be the best value. But you can see the reason of this video. Thank you to each and every one of you. We have a clipper system coming through and a warm front along the clipper. We got an Arctic front here. As you can see, temperatures are back in the 20s in Cedar Rapids, and then back into the teens, not seasonably cold, they're Canadian air. And then ahead of the warm front, you got temperatures in the 40s underneath the warm front, and then you get north of the warm front, you got temperatures in the 20s in Michigan. But that's driving this clipper system, with the center of the clipper is up here just north of the tip of Lake Superior, and that's driving in a couple of bands with temperatures in the mid-20s, upper 20s. It's going to be a light fluffy snow, and with the southwesterly winds going at about 30, there's already been some blowing and drifting out in the rural areas and off of rooftops and plants, as I call it, plant effect snow. If you're working outside of a factory here in Michigan, the snow comes off the roof and you get localized foots right outside the door of the plant. If you were on the north-facing doors today at a Ford or a Chrysler or a GM plant, there was significant plant effect snow coming out if you're driving a forklift out the front door. And you can see here we got pockets of moderate snow stretching from about Elma south to Lansing, all the way to Coldwater, Fort Wayne, and Muncie, Indiana. There's a brief heavy snow shower about to work its way through. And this snow showers that work from west to east, that at the 1:40 hour was in Grand Rapids, and now is pushed, the initial batch pushed to the east in the Lansing metro. Each one of these bands, as they work through, you could get a half an inch to 2 inches of snow really quickly, as they are producing brief whiteout conditions. And I'm expecting an average of an inch of snow, and any training that goes on, you could pick up an isolated 1.5 to 2 inches across the southern part of Michigan. And you can see these bands are moving west to east as we time it out. I expect between 4 and 5 p.m. this band by 4 o'clock, between the 4 o'clock hour and 5 o'clock hour, this band of snow that's stretching from Elma down to Fort Wayne will be sitting in Saginaw, Flint, Ann Arbor, west of Toledo, down to about Lima, Ohio, or points maybe down to Dayton, Ohio. And then as we work our way closer to the 5 and 6 p.m., it's going to be working its way from Port Austin to Roseville to Detroit to Toledo. So between the hours of 4 and 6 p.m., I expect the heart 4 and 7 p.m. because there's another band back here, but the first band between 4 and 6 p.m. will work its way from US 23 from just west of Toledo up to Saginaw and work its way east to the east coast out to Sarnia, out to Toledo, right? So look for scattered whiteout conditions, brief heavy snow showers that can produce a quick 1 inch of snow. And I expect around an inch of snow across most of southern lower Michigan between now and about midnight. And then there will be a warm front move through, and temperatures are actually going to rise above freezing, maybe even peaking into the mid 30s, 36, 37 as we work our way into the 11, 12 o'clock hour out ahead of this cold front that'll swing through about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And by sunrise tomorrow, you're going to be back into the upper 20s, right? So quite the activity and quite the swing is going to go on over the next 24 hours. And then we watch the next system that we have our initial forecast out, but it's highly variable to where the placement of this Arctic front is that comes through here tomorrow and where the actual low pressure comes. I'll get more into that a little bit later on tonight and tomorrow morning. Peace and love.